Alright, so in this video I wanted to introduce to you the concept of rhythmic subdivision, and then I wanted to show you two basic fundamental rhythm patterns that you can use today to start writing and performing songs. Okay, so first, what is rhythmic subdivision? So if we have a song, right, normally you have a chord progression, and your chord progression might be C, G, A minor, F. And typically in a song, you'll play every chord for 4 beats. So if we have a metronome here, it'll be like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, A minor, 2, 3, 4, and then F, 2, 3, 4. When you rhythmically subdivide, you can actually take each of those beats and subdivide them in half. So you take those 4, you create 8 halves, right? Because you're cutting them each in half. So what that sounds like is like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. If you cut that in half again, you get 16th note subdivision because now you're cutting those halves in halves and you get 4 parts per beat. So this is what 16th notes would sound like. 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a, 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a, 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a, E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a. So this is important because different songs that you'll encounter and you'll hear on the radio, they'll either be rhythmically subdivided in 8th notes or 16th notes. So in the song, you'll have the bass player, the drummer, you'll have strings, you'll have the guitarist, the piano, and each song at its most fundamental level is either 8th notes or 16th notes. And what you can really hear that is in the bass player. So if the bass player is playing a lot of 8th notes, then you know the song's going to be rhythmically subdivided in 8th notes. If you hear the bass player playing a lot of 16th notes, then you know the song is 16th note subdivided. And that's important because that dictates what you're going to play on the piano. So if your song is 8th note subdivided, you're going to be playing 8th note rhythms on the piano. If your song is 16th note subdivided, you're going to be playing 16th note rhythms on the piano. To play these patterns, you don't have to play every single 8th note or every single 16th note. So you don't have to go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and for it to be 8th note subdivided. You can also play variations of it where you don't have to play every single 8th note. So here's an example of that. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. The listener is only going to feel that 8th note subdivision when you have the left and right hand notes falling on the ands. So here in this example, we have the left and right hand falling on beat 1, 2, 3, and 4, but on the right hand, you have it falling on the and of 2 and the and of 3, and in the left hand, you have it playing on the and of 4. If you only play on beat 1, 2, 3, and 4 and not the ands, then the listener is not going to feel the ands, so it's not going to feel 8th note subdivided. Same thing for 16th note subdivision. They're only going to feel it if you're playing notes on the E's and the U's. This becomes really important when you're just singing and playing the piano alone because the listener doesn't have the drums and the bass and the strings to communicate that subdivision, so they're only going to feel it from the piano. Here's an example of a song that's 16th note subdivided. 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a, 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a, 1. So those were two a little bit more complicated patterns, right? Especially the 16th note pattern that I showed you. I'm going to show you right now two basic fundamental patterns, one 8th note pattern and one 16th note pattern. Okay, so first I'm going to show you the 8th note pattern. So what you want to do is say our chord progression is C, G, A minor, F, right? So basically what we want to do is we want to take the C chord and you want to play the top 2 notes and then the bottom note, right? So this is an inversion of C, right? Because this is C, this is the first inversion, that's in second inversion, right? So you take the top 2 and the bottom, and this is the ballad 8th note pattern. So it's like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. See, it's pretty simple. So you just go top 2, bottom note, top 2, bottom note, whatever inversion you're in. So if you're here, right, you can go like this. If you do this inversion of C, you can go top 2, bottom 1, and then this inversion of C. You can also do variations of this. So instead of the top 2 and the bottom 1, you can go outside, inside, like this. See that? Outside, inside, outside, inside, outside, inside. Okay, so that's a basic fundamental eighth note pattern, and you can use this when you're playing slower songs or ballads. Okay, so now I'm going to show you the fundamental 16th note pattern, and this is basically going to be the same progression, so it's going to be C, G, A minor, F, and this pattern was used in a very popular Adele song, Someone Like You. Okay, so this is how it would go. So you're basically playing every single 16th note, right? It's 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a, 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a, 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 4 E and a. And in terms of what notes you're playing, you're just going to go in the right hand. It's bottom 2, top 2. So bottom, middle, top, middle, bottom, middle, top, middle. So bottom, middle, top, middle, whatever inversion you're in, right? It's always going to be bottom, middle, top, middle. And you're just playing 16th notes, so straight 16th notes. Bottom, middle, top, middle, bottom, middle, top, middle. Okay, so that's it. That's what rhythmic subdivision is. So you're going to have things in 8th note or 16th note subdivided, and because of that, depending on the song, you're going to play the 8th note or 16th note rhythm, whether it's a basic rhythm like the ones I showed you, or more advanced rhythms where you're involving more of your left hand. Okay, but those are the two basic ones. You can start applying them in your songwriting and also your performing today. Okay, so thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.